even read your Kant, scoffs the skeptic at the Christian believer. Yes, I have, and I'm left in want of a proper corrective or convincing defeater. So, first let me ask which version that you have of Immanuel Kant that proves speech of God mad. You see, Kant's work alone is just uninterpreted text, and even he refers to God in ways these skeptics wouldn't accept. But there's an interpretation leading to the argument that theistic thought or reference is something the mind invents. Generally, the argument goes God is infinitely transcendent, so there's nothing of God that anyone can know except, of course, that God can't be known. But how can you claim to know these properties, God's infinite transcendence or unknowability? If you're correct, not even these could be known. Your internal incoherence is clearly shown. But let's see if there's an argument that might succeed, something in this general vicinity, something that proves all thought and speech of divinity to be an impossibility. Kant's antinomical arguments offer something plausible. He shows that there's opposing propositions for everything noumenal, and because each opposing proposition is equally provable, all thought and speech about the noumena are completely delusional. In layman's terms, if for every claim about a thing as it really is, an equally valid and contradictory claim exists, then all these claims should be named gibberish, and the law of non-contradiction makes this obvious. Now, if this argument can be applied to the transcendent sphere, then it should also be applied to the world as it now appears, making all thought and speech about anything worthless blabber, and even Kant's arguments become mere jibber-jabber. But there's an even greater problem with Kant's antinomies. They're simply unconvincing when looked at individually. They continually conclude by begging the question to be proved, only willing to assume while no conclusions are proven true. And all these arguments are clearest in the first. Kantian claims are filled with words, all supposedly able to refer to the very God about which no words can occur. This supposed defeater, which seems so potent, can no longer be considered cogent, and the individuals who continue to hold it are not as secured in Kant as they once gloated. They are like protesters who think that picketing doesn't work, while holding up signs that make that claim and chanting from the curb, angrily making statements that seem rather absurd. Those walking by rightly ignore their foolish words. So, dear Christian believer, do not be dismayed. You have a true defeater for the foolish things they say. You would be wise to just walk on by, treating their words like incoherent cries.